Good afternoon. It is Friday, April 12th, and it is time to get to work. It is 4:42 in the afternoon. I just got off work from my office job, and I'm downtown already. So no reason to drive down here because I'm already here. So with that, we don't need to see the weather, so we can close that. Let's go here. Let's go to, did I turn Para on? I don't know. Let's look at Para. Speaking of Para, I did send a message yesterday to their tech support. They came back and they said, yes, we've been getting reports of issues that I've described to them that I've been having, which is basically that the app just is kind of not working. They're aware of it. Multiple people have chimed in, so they know what's going on, but they did not provide any kind of a solution or any date of a possible solution at this point in time. So I'm still going to turn it on. I'm also going to turn off the filters to the east of me just in case it decides to work today. So we'll wait for that to fire up. But in the meantime, tonight should be good. A Kings game tonight and a River Cats game. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this might be either the first or second homestand of the Kings this season. So there should be quite a few people at the ballpark tonight, which would be fantastic. Turn off that one. We'll leave all those. We're going to turn off Citrus Heights. We're going to turn off South Folsom. We're going to turn off Rancho. We're going to turn off Folsom. We're going to turn off South Rancho, and we're going to turn off the Pick, and we're going to leave everyone else. So there's a I'm in tonight should be pretty decent. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. Of course, as always, it's a crapshoot. You just never know. But the stars are kind of aligning up that tonight could be a really good night, and it would be good. That'd be a good deal. All right, so everything else is set. No changes in Maximo. Let's go online, and there we go. We're live. All right, as normal, I will update once I get a ride. Oh, look at that. There you go. And we take it. I love Maximo. Sweet. That didn't take long. All right, let's go get William and get this night started. That's fantastic. All right, I'll be back. A quick update. It has been a banger so far. It has been nonstop, ride after ride. I haven't stopped once without dropping someone off and having a ride right after it. It's been fantastic. And I'm hoping that the night is going to be like that all night. Although I do think it'll slow down once the game starts and the River Cats game starts, but seems to be a lot of people out moving around, walking around, going out, and I think that the night's going to be pretty epic. So fingers crossed. We'll see what happens here. But right now I'm going to go pick up Kevin and continue on. It's been good. So I will be back in a little bit with more updates. All right, I'll be back. Well, we have hit the early evening lull. Kind of shut down a little while ago. Actually, I stopped to get something to eat. Took a little break because it was just, I wasn't getting a chance to stop. And then since coming back on, I've done two or three rides. And now we're kind of hit the slow part right now. Games going on, River Cats games going on. Just not much happening right now, so I figured I'd give an update. But man, it's been good. It's been strong for a Friday night. It's been pretty awesome. I'm hoping after the games get out, it just continues on up until the bars close tonight. So let's hope so. In the meantime, I'm just going to hang out here and wait for the next ride and see what happens. But right now, it's looking pretty good for a Friday night. I can't complain. So happy about that. Anyway, that's what's going on right now. I'll give an update here in a little bit. Actually, I was going to talk about something and now I forgot what it was. Oh, I've been noticing that like a lot of the audience that are watching these videos are 100% dudes, which is totally fine. But so a lot of guys like in the 45 to 55 age range, which is kind of interesting because I guess if you're in that age group, maybe you're looking at this to be like some sort of a part-time gig for you, which obviously for me it is. I do have a 8 to 5 state job that I work Monday through Friday, and then I do this on the side in the evenings, and make some really decent money doing it for the amount of time that I spend doing it. I do enjoy doing it, so it makes it even better. But I think if you're really thinking about dipping your toe in this water, I think there's a couple things that you need to really be cognizant of before you start. One is you got to run it like a business. You can't just go willy-nilly and take whatever gets thrown at you. You need to be selective, and you really need to have some sort of a driver strategy for what you want to do. Obviously, some areas are better than others, and it takes some time to figure that out in your market, and that's key to being successful, is to figure out where you can be consistently busy. Also, the other key is, don't take the nature hikes, the long ass rides that take you out of your busy area. You're just wasting time. But the key is to really develop your own driver strategy and to figure out what works for you to make money. You want to make enough money, obviously, to cover your costs, but you want to make enough money to exceed your costs and make a profit every month, because that's the goal. I mean, why else would you be out here if you're not doing that? I know that some people do this to cover the cost of daycare or cover the cost of some expense that's coming up or whatever, and that's fine. But in the meantime, I think it's still important for you to know what's your cost structure and what do you need to do to cover that and make a profit. Because if you're not making a profit, you're really just wasting your time at this. So if you have questions, actually someone did have a question about how I set up Maximo and use it in my driver strategy, and I'm going to make a video on that probably next week. Actually, that's the goal, is to do it next week. But then again, if you have questions just about how you develop a driver strategy, leave a comment, throw a like in here, and I'll make a video on how I developed mine, and we can talk about that. But in the meantime, I'm going to sit here and chill and wait, and hopefully something comes in here and we keep moving. But that's the big plan for tonight. All right, I'll be back. Well, this is what happens when para is not working. You end up down here in the south area, which is exactly where I never want to be. Just out here in the middle of nowhere. As you can see, where I want to be is way up there, and that's how far south I am right now. And I mean, this ride got basically auto accepted because it met the parameters, but the problem is that para would have kicked it out because of the location, and despite of it being within the parameters. Without para operating, this is what happens. I end up out in BFE in the south area, where I definitely don't want to be, because I'm not going to get a ride back into town from here. It's just not going to happen. I did get a couple offers en route down here, but again, it was taking me even deeper south, and that's just not going to work. So right now, making my way back to the main drag here, which is Florin Road, and then I'll get back on the freeway and I will head back up north, and just trying to stay away from this area again for the rest of the night, hopefully. But damn you, para. I wish para was working, because I would not be in this situation right now. But anyway, all right, now let me make my way back to where I need to be, and I will check back in here in a little bit. I'll be back. All right, quick update. We are in the witching hour. It is 1:09, and it's been a good night. I think this is going to be a very profitable night. Even without para working, Maximo's been feeding me some rides. They're all profitable rides. Some of them have been going out of my preferred zone, but kind of hard to beat because it's auto accepting the rides, because it's meeting the exact criteria that I have in there, which means that they are very profitable rides for me, which isn't bad. I'll take it. Right now I am on my way, as you can see here, to go get Ricardo, and we're going to take him out towards Harvard, which is towards Arden Fair Mall. There's a hotel out there, which I'm assuming that's where he's going. And then we'll probably just make a beeline back here in the town, and that'll probably do it. So the next update that I give will be from the garage. And we'll wrap up the night with some numbers and see how we finish up. Again, I think it's going to be a good night. It's been busy. I've been moving the whole time. I've had to like basically go offline just to have a minute to go pee and get out and stretch for a second. Otherwise, I've been getting rides left and right. I'm just like nonstop. So I'm not complaining. It's a good night. So we'll see how this wraps up here in about an hour. All right. Again, next time I talk to you, I'll be in the garage. So we'll see you then. All right. That's a wrap on what should be a pretty productive night. Been getting some crazy offers after dropping off my last ride here. I got lucky and got a ride that came back to Rancho, which was nice. I always love you pick up two dudes at the clubs downtown, and now they go finish their night off at the local strip club here in Rancho Cordova. I guess they struck out at the club, so they're gonna try their luck at the strip club. But anyways, good night. Busy, man, busy all night, except for that little bit of that lull that happened like around 7:30 or whatever it was, 8 o'clock. Really, after that, it was pretty consistent the whole night. I was looking here. Look at that, 875. There's someone out there that needs a ride really bad, and that's the area that I was in earlier that I said I didn't like to be in. And as you can see, I don't think a lot of drivers like to be down there. That's probably one of the highest surges I've seen in a long time. And then down here on the grid where that $1.25 is, I mean, that should be higher. I mean, honestly, either that or this, it's just flooded with drivers right now, which I really find hard to believe. But maybe. I mean, who knows? Anyway, good night. No, I don't want this. I'm gonna have to cancel this. Let's cancel it. So I'm done. Accepted by accident. Cancel. There we go. All right, let's go offline so I don't get any more of those. So let's do that first. Maximo. No, I'm not going to El Dorado Hills. That. Let's go offline. All right, enough of that nonsense. Let's see. There you can see the night right down here in the south area. That was where I didn't want to be, and that's where that surge, right around where that surge is right now. But as you can see, pretty tight in the grid all night. I mean, that's a good night right there. Really good night. All right, let's go look at some numbers. Let's do this. I'll take that. That's a damn good night right there. Yeah, strong night. All right, let's see. Back at it tomorrow night. That'll wrap up my week. We'll see you then. In the meantime, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Remember, if you're interested in me doing a video on how I came up with my driver strategy, leave a comment, let me know. I'd appreciate it. And again, I'm going to do a video on just how I've specifically set up Maximo for myself. I'll do that here shortly. So you'll see that come out. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.